I hope people heed the warnings, but everybody should take this very seriously.
There's not much calm before this storm. Hurricane Irene churning up ocean waters and forcing people to higher ground.
No chances. We've seen what it can do. It's not a pretty sight. You got to respect the power of nature.
And you can see behind me, nobody walking the streets, and the shops are also boarded up.
We have team coverage of the monster storm that's threatening millions, including our own meteorologist Ed Russo, who's in the direct path of this massive hurricane. Your Independent News Network starts right now.
I hope people heed the warnings, but everybody should take this very seriously.
There's not much calm before this storm. Hurricane Irene churning up ocean waters and forcing people to higher ground.
No chances. We've seen what it can do. It's not a pretty sight. You got to respect the power of nature.
And you can see behind me, nobody walking the streets, and the shops are also boarded up.
We have team coverage of the monster storm that's threatening millions, including our own meteorologist Ed Russo, who's in the direct path of this massive hurricane. Your Independent News Network starts right now.
I hope people heed the warnings, but everybody should take this very seriously.
There's not much calm before this storm. Hurricane Irene churning up ocean waters and forcing people to higher ground.
No chances. We've seen what it can do. It's not a pretty sight. You got to respect the power of nature.
And you can see behind me, nobody walking the streets, and the shops are also boarded up.
We have team coverage of the monster storm that's threatening millions, including our own meteorologist Ed Russo, who's in the direct path of this massive hurricane. Your Independent News Network starts right now.
No chances. We've seen what it can do. And it's not a pretty sight. You got to respect the power of nature.
What we have to do is assume the worst, prepare for that, and hope for the best.
65 million people in the path of potential devastation. Some of our country's most populated cities are in danger tonight as Hurricane Irene inches closer to the East Coast. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Mickle. Welcome to INN News. Hurricane Irene is taking aim on the North Carolina coast. It's expected to make landfall overnight and then hit New England sometime on Sunday. From Virginia to Maine, state of emergencies and evacuations have been ordered. We have team coverage tonight, beginning with meteorologist Pat Walker, who's busy tracking Irene. Pat?
Mike, there is a little bit of good news today on the hurricane front. While Irene is no longer a major hurricane, now a Category 2 storm with sustained winds around 105 miles per hour, it still is a very strong hurricane taking its aim on the outer banks of North Carolina. Again, sustained winds of 125, gusting sometimes to 125. But a big threat for Irene will be the heavy rainfall this will bring to places like North Carolina, Virginia, New Jersey, Philadelphia, New York, and New England. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's when it'll be in the outer banks of North Carolina. And then throughout the day on Saturday, heading toward Virginia Beach, into Saturday night, making its way back out in the Atlantic just south of the Delmarva Peninsula, battering the Jersey Shore Saturday night to early on Sunday morning, and then Sunday morning around 9 o'clock could be right over New York City. And then throughout the day, as this Category 1 hurricane storm at that point will be heading into New England by Sunday evening and then eventually out into the North Atlantic south of Greenland, and obviously will be over at that point. So the wind will be a threat. It'll be less of a wind, however, a ton of rainfall with this storm. You see anywhere in the shade of yellow, that's 1 to 3 inches, red up to 6 inches. If you see any purple at all, that's 9 to 12. And the black, like in North Carolina, we're talking over a foot of rainfall. So in New York City, we're talking at least 6 inches of rainfall. In some locations, we'll be picking up to around 9. There's Jersey Shore, 9 inches to a foot. So a lot of rain from Irene. Mike?
All right, Pat, thanks. Mandatory evacuations are underway at this hour in some parts of North Carolina as Irene closer. Most folks there aren't taking any chances.
Our people are in process of evacuating from all over the coast. Our shelters are open. We've got Highway Patrol and Red Cross on the ground. We are ready for the storm. We hope that people are taking seriously the warnings. This is a big, bad storm, and we know she's headed for coastal North Carolina.
Now, as Pat said, after the storm hits North Carolina, New England is next, including New Jersey, which is now under a state of emergency.
The latest tracking tells us that this is going to become more serious than less. We've moved to an extreme rating from the National Weather Service in terms of the impact on New Jersey, and the current tracking is going to lead to, if it continues, a serious, significant event in the state.
Some very brave, or perhaps not so smart, surfers are taking advantage of giant waves in Long Beach Island in New Jersey. Our own meteorologist Ed Russo is vacationing with his family on the Jersey shore, or at least he was until they were forced to evacuate. He's now back on the job, giving us reports as that storm gets closer.
I'm in Stone Harbor, New Jersey, a very popular summer resort town, and you can see behind me nobody walking the streets, and the shops are also boarded up in preparations for Hurricane Irene, which could be the strongest storm to affect the Jersey coast in a very long time.
We will check back in with Ed in just a little bit. Meanwhile, Long Island is also expecting the worst. Officials are getting ready and urging people to get ready in case Irene slams their shores.
So we have begun implementing our coastal storm plan. I am calling on residents of the Barrier Island, including Atlantic Beach, East Atlantic Beach, Lido Beach, Long Beach, and Point Lookout, to begin preparation for a possible evacuation of their communities.
Now on to the Big Apple itself. There are major concerns about what kind of damage a storm of this magnitude will cause. Mayor Michael Bloomberg advises New Yorkers to pack a bag in case of a last-minute evacuation, which could be called for some of the city's low-lying areas.
Some of the things you should have in your go bag are drinking water, a first aid kit, a flashlight, any important medications that you take, essential documents such as passports or other forms of ID, and an extra set of car and house keys.
Now, if there is an evacuation, about 700,000 people will be affected. Tomorrow, the city's subway system will close. Police in Narragansett, Rhode Island are warning drivers about Hurricane Irene. They put up this mobile warning sign telling them to start making emergency preparations now. Police say they will offer updated information on the storm through both the mobile signs and on the town's website. Time for Global News Now. The Bahamas is cleaning up today after Hurricane Irene roared through there yesterday as a Category 3 storm. This is video out of Nassau, which did not take a direct hit. Still, there was plenty of damage, although people there say it could have been much more. It's reported a couple of remote communities were leveled in that storm. A typhoon in the western Pacific near the Philippines has dramatically and unexpectedly strengthened today. This storm is now stronger than Hurricane Irene and is expected to skirt the northeast coast before tracking close to Taiwan. Japanese Prime Minister Nato Kan has resigned, bowing to pressure over his response to the earthquake and tsunami which hit the country in March. He had promised to step down after Parliament approved measures he believed would push forward his post-tsunami reconstruction policies. The ruling Democratic Party is expected to elect a new leader next week. Officials in Mexico are blaming a grenade attack for this fire at a casino in Monterrey. At least 53 people were killed, 8 others hurt. Police say 2 people arrived at the Casino Royale last night and threw 3 grenades into the building. Firefighters scrambled to put out the fire and rescue those trapped inside. That's your Global News Now. The manhunt for Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi continues. Some believe he may have used secret underground tunnels as an escape route out of Tripoli. Now, there have been rumors about those tunnels for years. Here's video inside that underground maze. Troops loyal to Gaddafi continue to battle rebel forces. They're launching mortars and rockets at the Tripoli International Airport, which the rebels say they control. Well, there's still plenty more to come on INN, including how Hurricane Irene may affect your wallet.
Get that body going.
Well, if Richard Simmons doesn't motivate you to get moving, maybe some cold hard cash will. I'll tell you about one state paying people to drop the pounds. And the man in this video is carrying a little extra weight, something scaly that he's hiding in a very precarious place. These stories and much more still ahead on INN.
There are lots of back-to-school sales still going on. I'm Erica Rodriguez. Coming up, I'll show you what else is on sale that you might not find in an ad.
In this box is what I need to control my diabetes, to stay healthy, and get on with my life. It comes from Liberty Medical. And now, it's not only where I get my diabetes testing supplies, but it's where I get my prescription drugs as well. See, if you're on Medicare, the cost of your diabetes testing supplies, as well as your prescription drugs, may be covered. Liberty takes care of all the paperwork with Medicare and sends the prescription forms directly to your doctor for approval. Then on your schedule, packs up this box and sends it right to your door with no charge for shipping.
Liberty assures you have what you need to manage your diabetes, and that starts with a free meter. Call today and get a free meter. Plus, when you join, you'll also get a free cookbook.
Call Liberty. They can help you live a better life.
Call 1-800-503-6627. 1-800-503-6627.
Car owners, does your vehicle have less than 120,000 miles on it? Is it less than 10 years old? Is your current auto warranty about to expire? Well, Cover America Auto Care has a very special offer just for you. With current economic conditions causing bankruptcies and a downturn in new car sales, Cover America Auto Care now offers inexpensive mechanical breakdown coverage direct to the public. You can save thousands of dollars on auto repairs. A toll-free line has been made available so car owners can call and get a free no-obligation quote. This auto protection is backed by an A-rated insurance carrier. Plus, you get a claims department that has an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. 24-hour emergency roadside assistance is also included. You will be amazed at how much you can save on future car repair bills. So call for your free, no-obligation quote now. Do not wait. Get covered today and rest easy tonight.
Welcome back, everybody. We'll start again with Irene, of course, the biggest story in the news and in the weather today. Clearing out of the Bahamas, making its way closer and closer to the Carolinas, battering, of course, the beaches of the Carolinas. Already seeing the rainfall moving into a Category 2 storm, not a 3. It's not a major hurricane, but a very strong Category 2 storm with sustained winds of 105 miles per hour. Here are the latest on those again. 105 mile per hour winds, gusting to 125. That's not a sustained wind. That's occasionally along the eye wall. We're seeing gusts up to around 125 miles per hour. Heading due north, battering Myrtle Beach, but will not be hitting Myrtle Beach, but it will be moving near Wilmington, battering the Outer Banks of North Carolina. It will remap those islands for sure with the waves that'll come in over the tops of those and that storm surge. So North Carolina, Outer Banks. Also, we'll be seeing over a foot of rainfall too. So a ton of rain with this. All the way up to Virginia Beach by Saturday morning, and then by Saturday evening, here we are moving up toward the Delmarva. Saturday night, Jersey Shore will be hit, and on this right side, all these winds by 9 o'clock on Saturday night will be really blowing in strong tropical storm force winds, at least by that point on Saturday night. And Sunday morning, moving over Long Island and New York City as a Category 1 storm at that point, and eventually through New England as a Category 1 storm through the day on Sunday, but becoming a tropical storm as it heads into Canada and into the much colder waters of the North Atlantic, which will be the death knell for Irene. Let's talk about those categories, though. When it's over New York, we're talking about winds of 74 to 95. Right now, we're in the range of 96 to 110, and we're at the top range at 105, so we are a very strong Category 2 storm. It was in this range yesterday, but of course now it is just a little bit weaker at this point, so definitely some good news there. We're looking at the wind of Irene. Anywhere in the red, these are hurricane force winds that will be felt. Obviously, North Carolina feeling those, Virginia Beach, and getting up to Atlantic City in New Jersey on the Jersey Shore on Saturday, where Ed Rousseau has been and now is gone, of course. Still looking at perhaps very strong 60 mile per hour winds or so moving through New York City and all of New England with this storm. And look at this, into Monday, still looking at severe level winds all the way up into Newfoundland, Canada. Indeed, a rough, rough storm. Hurricane warnings along the coast in these bright reds, tropical storm warnings even inland, even Charleston, South Carolina with tropical storm warnings, and tropical storm watches in Massachusetts and hurricane watches along the Connecticut and Rhode Island shores for Irene moving in. Of course, here's Irene down in the Atlantic Ocean. Nothing going on right now in the northeast. A few showers and storms across the middle part of the country and the west. A few showers and storms, but a lot of heat in the west. Still heat advisories, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, and excessive heat warnings for temperatures of around 115 to 120 in the desert southwest. A lot of the country, we're looking at mild weather in the north, but still pretty warm in the south and the southwest. New York City and Washington in the 80s tomorrow before Irene moves in. Mike?
Hurricane Irene may be causing us some problems at the pump. She may be behind the rise in gas prices. The price for regular unleaded gas is now up to $3.59. That's up a penny from just yesterday. Some East Coast refineries have shut down because of Irene, and that's expected to cause prices to inch up in the coming days. Well, you better make sure your Escalade is locked. Ryan Bass explains in tonight's Back to Business.
It seems lots of people want to drive a Cadillac Escalade, and some don't want to pay for one. For the fourth year in a row, the SUV is the vehicle most likely to be stolen. The Highway Loss Data Institute says thieves steal or break into about 10 of every 1,000 Escalades on the road. Bank of America has finally caught a break. Warren Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway, says it will invest $5 billion in the bank. The bank had been struggling with concerns about its strength. Buffett's investment is seen as a vote of confidence.
Get that body going.
Who needs Richard Simmons for motivation when you could have cold, hard cash? Dozens of businesses in Florida are taking part in a statewide contest that pays people to lose weight, including a group of hospice workers who are used to taking care of other people.
It's time for me now to start taking care of myself.
Healthy Wage Florida matchup continues for the next 3 months. Companies say it's a way to make employees healthier and reduce their own health care costs. The winning team shares $10,000. There are prizes for second and third place. For Back to Business, I'm Ryan Bass.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, the summer days are slipping away, but the big savings are just beginning. We'll see that in tonight's Super Steals. And speaking of stealing, these guys definitely aren't clowning around, but the store owner is the one who gets the last laugh. These stories and more when INN returns.
If you're in debt to the IRS for $10,000 or more, you don't have to take desperate measures to settle your account. All you have to do is put the right people to work for you. And that's as simple as calling this number. You'll speak to a tax expert who can help you negotiate a settlement that's significantly less than the actual amount you owe. Many are former IRS agents who have inside knowledge that you can't get elsewhere. And that can make all the difference in the world.
They saved my business.
I owed $30,000 and paid a fraction of it.
The threatening letter stopped immediately.
I got great advice, and they did all the work.
If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, you owe it to yourself and your family to call this number and get your case settled for less. Now, you only have a small window of time to settle, so act now.
For a free tax analysis, call 800-903-7750. There is no obligation. Call 800-903-7750 now.
This is what evil looks like up close. It's The Nazis, a warning from history on DVD. The shocking filmed record of a world gone mad. From deep within secret German archives comes footage so unnerving, it still can't be shown on television. If you believe we can learn from the past, this is one collection you absolutely must own. Get it now on 4 DVDs for just $59.99. But wait, call with your credit card and you'll pay only $39.99. It's so important you see this. We'll pay your shipping. That's an additional savings of nearly $7. Look into the face of evil. Try not to blink. Call now to get The Nazis, a warning from history on 4 DVDs for just $39.99. We'll ship it for free.
Call 1-800-214-3086 to order Nazis, a warning from history for $39.99 and receive free shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with a credit card or order online at timelife.com/Nazi.
Welcome back, everyone. As you enjoy these last days of summer, you may want to make some time for shopping. Erica Rodriguez shows us what's on sale right now in tonight's edition of Super Steals.
We're still finding some great back-to-school sales out there, so if you're still in the market for some clothes for your kids or even bedding, there's a lot of sales on bedding right now. Take advantage of those deals and stock up on those items. But take a walk through your favorite store and look for sales on outdoor furniture. Now is the best time to buy outdoor furniture. Why? Because normally people buy those items at the end of spring, early summer, when they're ready for the warmer temperatures. Well, now that we're gearing up for fall and we're hoping for some cooler temperatures, outdoor furniture isn't the first thing that we think of buying. But if you're in the market for some outdoor furniture or even outdoor accessories, decorations, things like that, now is the time to buy those items. For more information on how to save money on groceries and other aspects of life, check out my blog at superstealsblog.com. I'll also be posting a list of some of the deals that I found. I actually found some really great deals last week, so I'm posting a listing of some of the great deals on outdoor furniture on my blog, superstealsblog.com. I'm Erica Rodriguez. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Erica. Well, you can't pick your family, but you can pick your movies, and My Idiot Brother may be your choice. What else is showing in theaters this weekend? We'll find out next on INN. First, here's another update from meteorologist Ed Russo in the path of Hurricane Irene.
I'm walking along the beach in Stone Harbor, New Jersey. You can see right behind me the surf is starting to pick up a little bit, but this is nothing compared to what we're going to be seeing 48 hours from now when the entire beach is going to be underwater.
Stay tuned for an exciting money-making opportunity from SMC. Would you like to make more money, set your own hours, and spend more time with your family? Well, now you can with SMC.
I'm an SMC believer. I'm going to tell you what, it's an opportunity for anybody to get in and have a home-based business and be successful.
Mothers around the world should do this, yes. And they can stay home with their kids.
I don't have to be bothered with the hectic day-to-day working for someone else. I'm working for myself.
I just wish now I'd have done this 10 or 15 years ago. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
SMC supports its members with a huge warehouse stocked with thousands of products that you can sell for profits of up to 300% and more. Call right now to request your free information packet. And remember to ask your operator how you can jumpstart your business with $100 worth of free SMC merchandise.
Just pick up the phone and call this toll-free number now. Remember, you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Bishop Walter Hawkins made love come alive with timeless gospel classics. Now Love Alive is back and sounding better than ever. Presenting the Love Alive collection. Love Alive 1, Love Alive 2, and Love Alive 3, all for just $24.99. But wait, order in the next 10 minutes with your credit card, and we'll cut the price to just $14.99. Then preview other great gospel collections. Satisfaction guaranteed. So don't wait. Get the Love Alive collection. 3 classic CDs for just $14.99.
Call 1-800-443-1356 to order the Love Alive collection on 3 CDs for just $14.99 plus shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card. Call now.
Well, dating is certainly not for the faint of heart. The game has no doubt gotten the best of each of us, or at least someone we know at one point or another. So when it comes time to finding and marrying that someone special, why not seek help from a guy who has hundreds of marriages to his credit and even presided over a few ceremonies? Master matchmaker and host of Tough Love, Steve Ward, shares his advice on how you can go from dating to I do.
You got to communicate first and foremost. I mean, you have to talk to the person that you're with and see if you guys have the same goals and values, and that way you can align yourself. If you both want the same things out of life and it's the right time for each of you, then you just need to talk your way to the altar.
And if you are ready for that walk down the aisle, Steve is ready to help you tie the knot on the luckiest day of the century.
Crowne Plaza Hotels is going to be giving away 11 amazing weddings that are going to be officiated by yours truly on November 11th, 2011 in Times Square, New York, the luckiest day of the century. For more information, go to the website facebook.com/Crown Plaza and tell us why you're lucky in love. Share your love story, and hopefully you'll be one of the lucky 11 couples selected.
Again, let's give that to you one more time. For more information and to enter the 11-11-11 wedding giveaway, go to facebook.com/Crown Plaza. Well, no romance, but there's comedy, action, and horror at the box office this week. Michael Jones has a look at what's opening in theaters.
You can't turn your back on family, right? In the comedy Our Idiot Brother, family ties are put to the test when Ned, an idealistic pot dealer, played by Paul Rudd, gets out of prison and comes calling on his sisters.
Our idiot brother just ruined my freaking life.
From the producers of Little Miss Sunshine, Our Idiot Brother is rated R. In the action film Columbiana, a young girl witnesses her parents' murder and grows up to be an assassin with revenge always on her mind.
Never forget where you came from.
Starring Zoe Saldana, Columbiana is rated PG-13. In the horror film Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, Sally comes to live with her dad and his new girlfriend, but soon becomes frightened and unhappy in their new home. It's her dad's girlfriend, played by Katie Holmes, who tries to help her. Directed by Guillermo del Toro, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark is rated R.
Tell me you believe this.
Up next, a man who's very serious about stealing. How he slithers in and out of this pet store with a bunch of snakes. Yep, it's next on INN.
It was the hippest trip in America. The music, the styles, and the stars. It was Soul Train. And now, for the first time ever, Time Life presents the Best of Soul Train on 3 DVDs for just $39.99. And if you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card, Time Life will pay your shipping and handling.
What they do?
You'll get 50 guest performances and over 8 hours of the greatest entertainment. You'll get all the great dancing, the cool fashions, the great music, fabulous guest performances, and a priceless set of memories. You'll once again be line dancing to some of the greatest soul music and artists of all time. Now you can own the Best of Soul Train on 3 DVDs for just $39.99. This collection is very special.
As an added bonus, get a free Soul Train ringtone with your order. Call 1-800-716-8618 to order Soul Train and receive free shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card.
Experience Bare Minerals, the foundation that started the makeup revolution. Are you ready for flawless coverage and makeup that is actually good for your skin? Now you can get our new kit for over 75% off what you'd pay at retail. Our exclusive introductory Get Started kit includes the award-winning Bare Minerals Foundation. You'll also receive warmth for a healthy glow, Mineral Veil, the ultimate finishing touch, and Bare Minerals Professional Flawless Application Brush. Call now and receive our new bonus collection worth $57.95 free, including the highly anticipated Flawless Definition Mascara. Purchased separately, you'd spend over $120. Our original Get Started kit was a great deal at 2 payments of $29.99. But for a limited time, you get all this, including the bonus gifts, for only 1 payment of $29.99. You save over $90 and get a 30-day money-back guarantee.
To save over 75%, order now by calling 1-800-200-8130 and ask how you can receive this free handy compact with brush with your order.
I'm standing on a beach in 7 Mile Island, New Jersey. You can see right behind me hardly anybody walking along the shore. That's because a mandatory evacuation is in place. It's going to be enforced tomorrow morning.
That was our Ed Russo taking time out of his vacation to update us on Hurricane Irene. That monster storm set to hit North Carolina tonight, New England sometime on Sunday, affecting 65 million people. Be sure to tune in here Monday to see how the storm does end up impacting us. Finally on INN, take a look. An Arizona man is accused of stealing 5 snakes from a pet store by stuffing them in a precarious place. Yeah, he put them in his pants.
Just, opened the cage, grabbed them, put them in his pants, and hung around for a couple minutes and walked out the door. It wasn't in his boxer briefs or anything. It was in his cargo pants. I mean, they were long shorts.
Yeah, the snakes were rare albino boa snakes worth about $800 each. 22-year-old Eric Feigl was arrested and charged with stealing the critters. Police say he would have resold them. And these people may look like clowns, but it was no laughing matter when a couple of wig-wearing robbers held up a Denver jewelry store. The clown thieves got away with 2 garbage bags of loot, but the store owner said a lot of it may not be worth much, since most of the jewelry on display was fake. I'm Mike Mickle. From all of us here at INN, thanks for joining us tonight. If you're in the path of Irene, stay safe. We'll see you back here on Monday.